Man, we're finally here. 3 years in the making, we finally here.
I didn't even know the major was. Like, man, we ran the city. You know what I mean? We ran the city.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
I mean, I was proud of that. We weren't close in that city.
Nah.
By the dean of high school basketball coaches.
The dean.
I ain't care nothing about Jack, though.
Told the young lady, I said, he definitely married up. You're 27, is that correct?
So it hurt because I'm human,
Yeah.
right?
Rightfully so.
But I'm going to give you more to hate. Just stay tuned.
You gonna get your first one tonight. Give me the rock.
Right, we gonna stop and get some chicken.
Right.
So we laugh about that. You ride with me, gonna get that chicken.
Yeah. Did you ever heard that story that the scouts who the scouts were coming
Came to
see him
and saw Willie Mays.
Come on Wednesday to catch me.
Team they went to, we don't beat them 4 out of 5 times, so, maybe they'll help them out.
Thompson is overtaking Hoop. There's no question that Thompson is taking over
They got
Hoop.
the best blacks and they got the best whites.
Birmingham, Alabama, late on a Sunday night. Mike, I got my DJ voice going on, but I got the love voice going on. Birmingham, we have the queen. I'm calling you the queen of the city. Okay. We have Miss Jaylyn Sherrod. And I asked her earlier, I said, is it a nickname or something? She said, well, you can call me Jay. I said, okay. So I hit you with the song, Yeah Glow, Get 'em Glow. So I put in there, Yeah Jay, Get 'em Jay. Congratulations, young lady.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. That was tremendous. I saw that. I said, I called Papa Jack. I said, hey, is it any way you can make this thing happen, man? Because everything went on Monday, Tuesday of this week, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Coach was, what did he text you or call you? What did he do? He did both?
Both, yeah.
And that's one of our guys. So he reached out on our behalf, and we are so thankful to be able to get you in studio. So appreciate you for your time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What you think about this weather? You about to go to New York. What you think about this weather? You got a little cold spell out here. But you coming from Colorado.
I was going to say, it's not really that bad out here, honestly. Okay. It's pretty comfortable.
Okay.
It snowed in Colorado this week, so.
Oh, my God. What?
Yeah, it snowed maybe Wednesday, Thursday.
Now Boulder,
mm-hmm.
How far is it from Denver?
No like traffic, 30 minutes. With traffic, about 45.
So what is it like, Birmingham, Alabaster, something like that, would you say?
No. I mean, kind of, but Boulder's a completely different. Boulder's more so a town, a true college town. Everything centers around the
I'm saying by distance-wise.
Yeah,
okay.
Distance-wise, you're probably, maybe Calera.
Okay. That far?
Yeah.
From Birmingham.
Yeah.
Okay. So you had a workout today. How was that?
It was good. Got what we needed to get in. I always like coming home and working out, just from a comfort standpoint. So
right.
It was good.
Well, Birmingham, we have Miss Jaylyn Sherrod, Ramsay's own, Colorado Lady Buffs, and the newest member of the New York Liberty, the WMBA New York Liberty. How does that sound to you?
It's just a testament to the work I put in. It's really a blessing to get this opportunity. I'm very excited. Something you dream about as a little kid, so
wow.
Very excited to be having that opportunity in front of me.
So you saw yourself doing this a while ago? Did you think you would get here?
It wasn't more so that I saw myself. It was just something I knew I could do.
Okay.
I mean, anybody that know me, I grew up saying I wanted to be a forensic pathologist and stuff like that. So basketball was really a means to it because I didn't come from a real basketball family. My mom was highly academic.
Okay.
And that was really, I growing up, it was basketball, as a way to get your school paid for and not have to pay for school.
Right.
But I think the tide kind of turned about 2-3 years ago for me, and it became really serious and started to see just the impact that I could make on the game and how it could impact me. So I would say about 2-3 years ago, it kind of turned.
Okay. And that was one of my questions. Like, when did it get serious? So you saying about 2 or 3 years ago. With Birmingham, like I said, we have Miss Jaylyn Sherrod, a.k.a. Get 'em Jay. And so what we're going to do is normal is connect the dots. We're going to let you guys find out, because it could be a young lady watching right now, young guy watching like, wait a minute, this is somebody from my own city that's, taking it to the highest level. Mm-hmm. So we want to let them know and glean in some of the things that you've gone through, that will help them get to hopefully their goal. Mm-hmm. So what age did you start playing basketball?
I want to say around 8 or 9. Okay. I think around 8 or 9 is when I started playing on my first organized basketball team. I have been playing basketball though for a while, just for fun, in the backyard with my next door neighbors. And that's really how playing organized basketball came about. My uncle saw me in the backyard with them and told my mom to put me on the organized basketball team. So started at the Y and playing against, boys teams and stuff like that. Because, at the time when I started playing, girls basketball wasn't that prevalent. You only maybe had 2-3 teams in the state.
You smart. Hit me with the prevalent. Okay, go ahead.
But, it was only about 2-3 teams in the state. And then from there, it just kind of took off. AAU became big, traveling every weekend. Committed my summers to travel ball, so, yeah. Okay, so 8 or 9. Mm-hmm. And junior high, where did you go? You ended up going to Ramsay, of course, but so where I went
to
WJ Christian.
So you went to, all right, so now who was your coach over there?
Coach Roden.
Okay. All right. So we got a phone call.
Got a call.
We got a call.
Got to take a call for you.
Oh, this is live.
On the fly.
On the fly.
Caller, how are you doing?
Great, how are you?
All right. And what's your name? I can hear you.
Hey, ma'am, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. I did it first.
We did it first too, and she can hear us at first too.
Okay.
Are you there, hon?
Okay, Mike, I can barely hear.
But she's not on.
No, I can hear faintly.
Oh, you can hear faintly?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Can you hear us?
You all good.
Okay.
Now we got you. Now we got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Now who are we speaking with?
This is Beverly Kirk.
Oh, what's up, Coach Kirk?
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm good.
Coach Kirk, we're sorry we're a little late, so Coach Kirk, let me call. But go ahead.
So yes, I'm Beverly. Greg and me and my husband Greg, we were one of Jaylyn's travel ball coaches, and so I was just calling to say how we were just so impressed when we first met Jaylyn, with her just being so athletic and just so smart in the game, but most of the track was just her being so athletic and her speed and everything, and so we are so excited about all her accomplishments. We're just proud coaches, and what she's done for the city of Birmingham and the state of Alabama as far as women's basketball.
I appreciate it, Coach.
Good stuff, Coach Kirk. We appreciate you calling in.
Awesome.
All right. Appreciate that.
Coach Beverly Kirk. Thank you, ma'am.
That's good stuff.
Man, that's what I'm talking about.
Hearing that voice, did she used to get on you a lot?
Coach Greg.
Coach Greg did that.
Yeah, Coach Bev wasn't. I mean, if Coach Bev was getting on you, you know you was doing something wrong. So, I would say Coach Greg took that role, but no, they really. I played with them. I want to say 9th through 11th. I played with them for a while. I can't remember, but they were the ones who really put me in a position to get seen by college coaches. We traveled everywhere with them. Nike Nationals, Boo Williams.
Wow. Okay.
All the big tournaments. So they're really like that was that end foundation of basketball for me and getting seen, and at Nike Nationals is how Colorado saw me. So.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Good stuff. So you're at WJ Christian, and you go on to Ramsay High. Now, did you start your freshman year over there?
I didn't. No.
Really?
Nah, I started on JV.
Are you serious? So they had it like that over there?
My freshman year, who did they have? Who taking me back? They had like Courtney Lee, Jasmine, K-Rob. Yeah, so they was pretty veteran heavy at that point. I mean, I eventually moved up to varsity throughout my freshman season, but I started on JV.
Okay. Jay was like, man, people don't play for JV no more, Jay.
My baby, I'm like, shoot, JV, you? Hey, okay,
yeah,
good stuff.
JV, yeah.
So
that's humble beginnings, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it was.
But that's a testament to the program.
Yeah, my JV team was pretty good, you know. So I mean, we and that group that came in, we all stayed together too. It was about 5 or 6 of us, and we all finished out together too. So I think that's just a testament to us as a group. Not to say every day was easy, and we can go down the list of stories with each and every individual on that team, but nah, we kind of stayed together. And I mean, it's not one person on that team that I don't talk to the day.
Wow, that's good stuff.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Family type situation.
That's awesome, for real.
Birmingham, we have New York Liberty guard Jaylyn Sherrod in the studio. Also, we apologize. Coach O is in here as well, and that leads me to my next question. And we're having a couple of technical difficulties, so we don't have a camera for Coach O at this particular time. But I want you to talk to me about the trainers, and cause, everybody now has a trainer. You coming from a training session. Talk to me about who all did you work with growing up? I know Coach, he probably handled some of the, and I told Mike I was going to ask this question. I said, the coach trying you trying to catch a fly or something? That might, if you hadn't done that, it might be one of your techniques.
We don't definitely did.
Coach said they definitely did try it. So, but basketball-wise, who all did you work with growing up?
I mean, I've been with Coach O since I was 13. We almost been, it'll be 10 years going on this year.
You trying to catch a fly?
I just called it. I called it, baby. You saw that?
You see that? Coach O, you saw that?
Yeah. I'm quick on my feet, Coach.
I've been with Coach O almost going on 10 years. Hey,
drop a ball on that. That's crazy.
But I would say just my coaches, AAU coaches. I worked with Coach Barber a little bit. Throughout, high school and college. Coach me.
Now you talking about Coach Darryl Barber?
Yeah, at Pinson.
Okay.
He at Pinson now, right? Yeah, Pinson. And then Coach over at Restoration Academy. Coach me. I worked out with him a couple times. Coach Q. He's at Clay now, I want to say. So I've worked with a couple people.
Man, you just lighting up the phone. These folks, boy, they so happy. Man, listen. Mike, there's another call.
Yeah, let's take it.
Caller, what I said, I always want to say that. Caller, you on the air. Hey, who we speaking with?
Caller, it's Coach Barber.
Hey, Coach Barber, do me a favor and turn down whatever you listen to the show on. Turn it down.
We got a little feedback. That's that Florida stuff in you, boy.
Yeah, it's Coach Barber.
Well, hey.
Hey, Coach Barber, do me a favor and turn down whatever you.
Can you hear me now?
Nah, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
What's going on, man?
Trying to get it, baby.
I just calling, man. Just want to shout my girl out, man, and just let her know how proud I am of her, and just, thinking about the times of her coming to the lab, man. She's just such a hard worker, man. Was a grinder, It didn't matter. Whatever we did, she gave her all, man. It was just such a pleasure to, to be able to train her, man. I just want to let you know, Jay, how proud I am of you, and shout out to Coach O for everything he's done for you as well. But, man, when you talk about a dog in the lab, it gets no better than that right there.
Coach,
I appreciate it, Coach.
Coach, now, in your, because I'm familiar with your labs. You had her doing some one-on-ones at the end of the session?
Yeah.
Man, listen, it didn't matter if it was boys in there, high school girls in there, college kids coming home.
What?
She was with all the smoke. And the thing about what I want to say one thing about her, she just always wanted to get better. I would get on her about using that left hand and just enhance her game because she was always a dog. And whatever we did, man, she just did it 150%. And that's a testament to her mom, and like I said, Coach O, man, it was just a blessing, man. But it didn't matter who she went up against.
Really?
I appreciate it, Coach.
Yeah. But no doubt. And I know you're going to do well on that next level with your work ethic and people that you got in your circle. So just want to let you know how proud I am of you.
Thank you.
Good stuff. Appreciate it, Coach.
Yes, sir. No doubt.
Yes, sir. We'll talk to you.
All right.
Man. So, like I said, I'm familiar with the lab. So you would get at it, huh?
Yeah, I mean, Coach Barber really, I was working out with him when he was still at midfield too.
Oh.
So we've been working on and off throughout the years when I could get in. Cause it was just, I just always had so much to do.
Right.
But yeah, we worked a good amount of times, and it was fun. And I'm always pulling for them too, and glad to see what they accomplished. I know they went through a lot this season, but
right. You're right. So we have Coach O sitting to your right. Talk to me about, you said over 10 years. Talk to me.
12.
You said 12? Okay.
12.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. A long time.
Yeah.
What? And how old are you now?
22.
22, and you subtract that by 12?
No, we started when I was 12, 13, because I was on the younger side.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So it's been about 10 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what does that training look like with Coach O?
It's different.
Beast
It's different
mode.
every day, but it's just a all out, very detail oriented. But at the end of the day, it's about giving your all, and it's about competing. And he really teaches you how to compete. Really teaches you how to go out there and win. What it looks like to win, and what it looks like doing anything necessary to win.
Right.
Not necessarily to say, me out there catching footballs and pushing trucks. It's not, I'm not pushing somebody in basketball, but it's all just a mental thing, and it trains your mind, and just puts you in a position where the game is easier than the workouts. The games are easier than the workouts because the workouts are always harder than games.
Right.
So just puts you in a position where when you actually, the lights come on and you actually playing ball, it's a lot easier.
What can you tell the difference in your mentality pre-coach and now? I would say I was always a competitor. I was always, wanting to win. I didn't like losing at all. So, Right.
But I think
Oh, you one of them guys.
yeah.
Go ahead.
But I think more than anything, it just kind of taught me how to manage my competitiveness and being smart and knowing my role in the game. So I think there's a lot of maturity that came throughout the years.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of taught me, it's not always. He used to say, you gotta know when to let yourself out the box and when not to, and just being smart. So I think there's a lot of maturity and growth mentally.
Right. Okay. I'm for 22 years old. That's what I'm noticing, the maturity and the what's the comedian that he said? You're so well spoken. As if. But to be honest with you, it is a pleasure. I was an English major in college, but to hear somebody to articulate themselves as well as you are, I'm very impressed with that. Tell me about at Ramsay High. What were some of the challenges there?
Ramsay was Ramsay. Not having a football field and barely having a weight room at park. It is what it is.
I say that because it's a topic of discussion. No football field.
Right.
Yeah.
And the band was created to support the football team.
Yeah.
Created to support the band.
Yeah. So we just had to make do with what we had. And it was always funny because people would be like, "Oh, you go to Ramsay, it's the top of the top." I'm like, man, we sitting in the same space that they was in 1958. Like, it's the same. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of the same setup. It's kind of the same things. But I think, like I said, we made best with what we had, and we really, you know, bought in to what it looked like, and what it meant to be successful at Ramsay. But not to say it didn't come with its challenges. My sophomore, maybe junior year, I got hit with an injury, and that kept me to only playing 8 games my senior season. But
and was that what kind of injury was it?
I had a hip deal that, you know, ran about 4 years, and I didn't get it fixed till my sophomore year of college.
Because I was talking to coach about my son with it. What kind of hip injury was that?
Well, they eventually they from jump thought I had a vascular necrosis, and that was really what we was trying to manage throughout the years. I had a torn labrum, I had hip impingements, I had a couple things going on in there.
Wow.
But the main part was the bone bruise that wouldn't heal, and they thought blood flow wasn't getting to my hip, and instead of healing, it was decaying. So it was making my hip weak, and it got to the point my sophomore season of college, I couldn't drive 10-15 minutes without being in pain. But then COVID hit. And once COVID hit, it was some long conversations with my mom and Coach O and my staff at Colorado just about what was best for me. So I played those 12 games, sat out the rest of the season, got it fixed. And I like I said, from there, I think that's really when the shift happened.
When did you get it fixed? What
January 2021.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I think once I got back from that, that's when basketball really took off for me. I was healthy. I felt better.
For the first time in a
I was
while.
healthy for the 4 or 5 years of just trying to manage something. It was a trust thing, because when you get hurt,
right.
I remember we was coming back to workouts here, and I would limp, and I didn't know I was limping, but because I had limped for so long, it just became. But Coach O was on me about trusting it, pushed me to trust it, and like I said, I really feel like even that break of not playing helped me out a lot, just because it allowed me to see the game from the sidelines and allowed me to see what it looks like too.
Wow.
You know, from a coach's standpoint too, why my coach was calling what she was calling, why she was doing what she was doing. But yeah, I mean, it was tough, but that last game was a blessing, just because it was my last game was the game we had beat Stanford, the number 1 team in the country. And that was my last game of the season. Okay. So
slow up on all that. We're gonna get to this Colorado stuff. Birmingham, that's Jaylyn Sherrod. I want to ask, because Coach has been in your life 10 plus years, and Mike, I'm gonna push this mic over to Coach, but I'm gonna ask this question. I want both of you guys to answer. But how did the family? Did you already know them, or what's the connection?
It was just, I did my first workout at Ramsay, summer workout. Didn't know really much of anybody, and maybe knew a couple kids that came from WJC to Ramsay. And I had this red shirt, and he called me Red Shirt for about 3 months after that.
Red shirt.
No, it wasn't like I knew, I mean, he would get on me and I would keep coming back. And that's really how it started. But not to say we've been through our ups and downs too, and had some tough conversations. And I think those really, you know, him being real with me and giving me the space to be real, even though, you know, we might agree to disagree, might not be on the same page. We know at the end of the day, we all trying to get to the same goal. So I think I'm never one to sugarcoat how I feel, and if I ain't rocking with something, you gonna know. Okay. But yeah, we just had to talk a lot of things out, but we knew at the end of the day we just wanted what was best on both sides. Okay. And so yeah.
Go ahead, Coach.
You know, first of all, you know, Jay, she always was, you know, it took me a shorter period of time to realize she was way more relational than transactional, and I'm the same way. So we were relationship people, and so when I met her, you can tell she had a love for the entire process. Most kids want to, you know, when the popcorn popping, they selling nachos, they just want to play in the game. They don't trust the whole process. They don't want to go through every part of it, and that's how I think that's what me and Jay connected. I seen a love there and a faith like this childlike faith that believes that, you know, no matter how I feel today, I can get out of my feelings and show up again tomorrow. And so that's where me and her bonded and connected from. And no, there was no prior relationship As far as me and her is concerned, it was just one of those things ordained by God where I just met her, but I knew within 2 or 3 days of being around her, just because God has allowed me to see so many high-end athletes and be pretty decent myself, I just knew she had that it to her, and she had that love and that faith that she could be greater than what I seen that day. And so, and she you know, I always say this, you rarely run into kids that will fight the bully. Most kids will run from the bully. And when I train, I challenge kids in that way to see who got it, see who will turn around and fight. And she just had it from day one. Okay. Yeah, so I just knew she would have a shot.
Man, strong. And that's a testament. I'm just, like I said, I'm so in awe that because I remember seeing you play. Okay, I had a little one over at Spain Park, and we would always come over and we would see some of the AAU games, some of the, you know, but just to see you go from Ramsay out to it, I would try to, I'm like, wait a minute, what school that girl went to, boom, boom, boom. And when I would find you, I'm like, man, I know her, you know. And to see that person that was here in our city go out to, I don't know how many states away, and now is going to be a professional. You know, it's remarkable. And like I said, again, congratulations.
Thank you.
I almost got emotional on that.
Don't start crying.
I know.
People cry on this.
Hey, look, don't let me be the coaches or something. Here I go. My bad.
Yeah, I was watching some of her highlight films too. I'm finna get ready to start playing them on here in a second. I'm like, she dope. Oh, yeah.
Now, Jay, let me ask you this. Growing up, who did you idolize in the game of basketball?
On a professional level, I don't know. I always like Candace Parker.
Okay.
I don't know, my mom found, because she was going through a lot of my old stuff, and she found a poster. It was like a vision board. And I don't know how old I was, but I was like, I want to be next Candace Parker. Now, we know I ain't 6'3", and that didn't happen, but I just really thought what she brought to the game, and she really changed the dynamic of women's basketball. And, you know, like Tennessee was my dream school growing up and everything, so I really, really looked at Candace Parker. Allen Iverson is another one. Okay. I think from more of a character standpoint, not to say, you know, he had his flaws and whatnot, but he was him, authentically him in every sense, and he didn't let, you know, being who he was and being a big name change that. And I think from a character standpoint, that's something I've always looked at, because it's very hard to go in a room when you know, different and still come out different. And Coach O always used to say,
same way, yeah.
He always used to say, be the thermostat, not the thermometer. And that's something
Wait a
I
minute
carry
now.
with
Hold
myself.
on. I like that. It makes you look up in. You said be the what now?
We like to steal quotes over here.
Thermostat, not
thermostat,
not thermometer. Yeah.
Okay. Set the temperature in the room. Welcome.
Set the temperature.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that. I like that.
That's just something that I held on to.
I like that, Coach O.
Yes, sir.
You gonna train? Can you train me?
Nah, but that's something that I kind of just took with me throughout life, and knowing, you know, you can really change a space more than you think you can.
I guess it would help if I knew how to spell out those both words too, Jaylyn. Okay.
But nah, that was really that. And then when Morgan did what she did at Mississippi State, I think she really set the tone in the variety of women's basketball, because when she did what she did, I mean, UConn's still great, taking nothing away from them, but I mean, growing up, that's all it was UConn. That's all you heard was UConn.
You're right.
So when she went out there back-to-back years and did what she did, I think that kind of that was just amazing. I got to talk with her a couple weeks back, but I think she really added a lot of variety to women's basketball, and just, you know, showed that it was more than just UConn out there. So I give a lot of credit to what we see now. Started with her.
Yeah. Wow.
So, yeah.
Wow, you're right. Because, like, they were just getting the pick of the litter. Now folks kind of started spreading and going.
Yeah, like you know,
places.
so many various teams you can put out there to win it. So many, you know, and I think South Carolina got them a dynasty going on right now too. But, you know, you never know. Like, you had NC State, who wasn't even ranked at the beginning
that.
of the year, going all the way
True
to the
that.
Final Four. So I think it's just a lot of variety in women's basketball right now.
Wow. Quick question. Michael LeBron. Oh, wait a minute. I got to add a third one. Somebody told me I got to stop doing this. Mike, LeBron, or Kobe?
I say LeBron, but I grew up with LeBron, so that's all I really know. I don't know no different. I'm not from Cali.
Okay.
And I didn't get to watch Mike, so I don't really know.
Okay, we got to.
Now you got a TV now, Jaylyn.
I know, but I also say LeBron really, from a character standpoint, he pours a lot into the community too.
Okay.
And
All right.
you know, I don't know, the standing outside at 4:00 in the morning for some J's, just, you know, it's kind of crazy to me. So
Right.
I think just overall I gotta go LeBron. But it's nothing like crazy. I'm not a Cali kid, so I know a lot of people rock with Kobe. I don't know no better.
I got
And
you.
then Mike wasn't. I didn't really watch Mike like that. So
I got you. I understand. I understand. Talk to me about Papa Jack.
Coach Jackson is who he is, and I think that's one of the things that I could say about him is he's been consistent in his energy. Even when I left Ramsay, you know, he always texts me that he's proud or pray for me, wishing me the best. He actually came to the draft party on Monday. So I really appreciate Coach Jackson because it wasn't a gray area of what I was going to get. And I don't work well with gray areas. I like consistency and knowing, you know, a person for who they say they are.
Right.
And he is who he is. So I'm proud of him. To see what he's doing with that football team, because when I was at Ramsay, the football team was only there for like 4 years before I had got there. So to just see where he's taking the team and what he's doing, because I think, you know, he also was in a similar situation where a lot of people had counted him out, but he stuck to the path and got the blessing of being the head coach or interim head coach at one point, and then, you know, took off with it and ended up, you know, walking into his purpose. And he's a state champion now.
Yeah.
So, you know, can't nobody take that away from him.
That's it. Well, speaking of that phrase, state champion, speak on that, because, you know, a lot of folks felt you guys should have, you know, got one, maybe two, what LeBron said, not one, not two, you know. Speak on that of you know, just.
What it was, Coach, 1.9 seconds? 3.9 seconds, man.
Wow.
Lost the state championship on 3.9 seconds. Yep.
That's who it was.
Yeah, it's at Hazel Green. I mean, it was tough never being able to come out with one. I do think we had all the talent in the world to come out with one. I think my junior season messed with me more than my senior year, just because my senior year I ain't played but 8 games. Right. And I really didn't play until the end. When we was going on that state championship run, but I don't know. I think it was a lot of things that contributed to that. I think it's a lot of places that we could look at to see why we didn't get it. But I also think in that time, in that journey, it taught us a lot. Because I mean, we was going against the Winonas and the Homewoods, and at a time where they were at their peak too. Right. I'll never forget when, you know, Winona had Kate Rogers and Jayla and Faith, Snoop.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just pick one, man. You know, so yeah, they prepared me a lot. They prepared me in ways that, you know, they don't get credit for it, but those girls were really tough, and playing against them was tough, and they was real hoopers. So I think, yeah. It's
when you say tough, tell me what you mean when you say tough. I mean,
physical. You just knew how Winona was coming. It was, you know, they knew who they were. They had won state championships. They had a coach who was just, you know, so confident, and so he was who he was too, rest his soul. But he was really like, you know, I walk into this gym. This my gym. This ain't it. You know, everybody knew who he was, and they just they loved him, and you could tell like that love for the coach.
What coach are we talking about now?
Coach Bell.
Yeah, okay.
The love they had for him is really how they played. Like, they played hard. He didn't have to tell them to play hard. They did it for him.
Wow.
So Yeah, that was just a tough squad, and then Homewood also was tough. Before Asia came to Ramsay,
right?
They had her and Hannah Barber and Leah Roberson. I mean, they had a tough squad too.
Wow. Let me ask you this: did you feel, even though you were playing the wing owners, the Homewood, did you feel like, hey, I'm still the best guard out here?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
I mean, I still talk to Jayla Morrow to this day, because she really we worked out a couple times together, and she really set the tone for me of what it really looks like to go hard. And I can't think of a time Jayla wasn't going hard.
Wow.
Like, you knew she had that ball in her head. You wasn't taking it from her because she dribbled so hard. It was you wasn't taking the ball from her. And I would say going against people like that really put me in a great position to where, like I said, it was just foundations. And like none of those girls could have went, further and did more, but it's people like that really set the foundation for me. So.
Good stuff. Birmingham, New York Liberties, Jaylyn Sherrod. We go to Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how was that? How many states away is that? What, about 7, 8?
I don't know. It's I just did the drive. It was 18 hours.
18 hours away.
You did that straight?
No. We stopped in St. Louis.
Man, I can't bark.
I
got to go to Kansas to pick up my son. I hate that drive.
Nah, we stopped in St. Louis. But, yeah. It wasn't, when they initially called me, I didn't know what Colorado was either, if that make y'all feel any better. But it was really just an instant connection, really. Coach Shan was the coach who recruited me. She's not on staff anymore, but she's really close still. And she really recruited me. And man, it looking back at it, it was just the perfect fit for me. It really was. And the staff was just who they were, and they connected with my family home. They connected with Coach O. It was just it was a real village. And they, most coaches, you'll get to school and the coach is like, I got her. We good. I know what I'm doing. But in times where they didn't understand or they didn't know how to communicate something, we got on the phone with Coach O. I never forget my freshman year, me, Coach O, Coach Shan, and my head coach sat on the phone for 4 hours.
Really?
On the Zoom call, just talking things out, trying to figure out, how I could be better, how our relationship could be better, because my head coach is very much so like me in terms of just very reserved, very introverted. If JR yelling at you, you for sure did something wrong. Like, that lady don't. She's the nicest person ever, man.
Wow.
She's like a second mom, so... we definitely need to get on the same page, but after that conversation, man, it wasn't a day I wasn't walking in the office just to speak. And even now, like, I left maybe 2 weeks ago, and maybe out of those 2 weeks, we ain't talked but maybe 2 days. Like, we talk all the time.
Really?
So, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, were you ever homesick?
No. Nothing really bothered me out there other than the snow and the food.
What you mean the food?
It's just different. It's very cultural different. So it's not like when I come home, it's not like
it's not the South, man.
Yeah, it's not the South.
Yeah, it's not the South.
I mean, you said the food. What? Like, give me an example. What?
It wasn't any Ruth's Place and Jasmine's and Soul Food and food trucks and wings. Like, it wasn't that. Like, you wanted some wings, you was going to Buffalo Wild Wings. Like, you wasn't
and
going
they suck. Oh my God, they suck.
You wouldn't go to a,
If y'all give us a sponsorship, we love y'all.
They did, actually. They did. But
I told y'all give us one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, y'all give us a sponsorship, we're gonna love Buffalo Wild Wings.
We did it wasn't like you can go to the gas station and have a wing spot next to the BP. Like, that just didn't exist.
So I need to go on out there then. That's what it is.
Oh my God.
No, it's a chef out there right now who
is that the person that Dion brought out there?
No. Yeah. He I don't know.
He
where
ain't from Kansas. I bet he's not from.
No, he moved from.
Yeah,
he's
exactly.
from somewhere I can't think of it right
Just
now.
Just same thing you talking about.
But when I say like all the athletes go to him, like he did my whole senior night. He catered the whole senior night. Had smoked crab legs, chicken wings, all that. So that
you was up there. Yeah. Why you ain't call us, man? Man, just when we think I'm making a connection with somebody, it's just like we can still get left out, Jay.
But yeah, so he really he's doing well up there.
Okay.
He really doing well up there.
But I mean, I hear that.
No, he really is doing well out there. He's connected with a lot of athletes, and he's really providing a home home style food
IG pay for
away from home right now. So he came this year actually, but I mean, other than that, the snow. Every time it snowed, I used to tell Jerry I was going to transfer.
Is he cooking on campus?
No, he got his own spot.
But he's close enough. He's local.
Yeah, like he was like a 5-10 minute drive from my house, so I would just put my order in.
You was on 2 wheels, huh?
Nah.
Nah.
Well, I would tell him before, like he would be like, "What time?" And I'd get out of practice about 6, so I tell him about 6:45.
Just cruise on over there.
Yeah,
I feel you.
After practice, yeah. But he's really good. He's really good.
Yeah.
Man, that is.
What you majoring in over there?
Undergrad and masters, all of it.
Yeah. Oh, so you got your masters already?
I got 3 degrees.
Get it?
So okay. So let's start. What's your bachelor's?
Sociology and minor in philosophy.
Okay, what's your master's?
The first one was organizational leadership.
Okay, all right. So what's the other one?
Criminal justice.
Okay, so which one came first?
The leadership. I'm still doing criminal justice right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Why criminal? I'm just asking. Why criminal justice?
I always loved it. That was something like I always wanted to do. I've always been passionate about it. I mean, Coach Roden at WJ Christian always told me, like, you used to walk around here and say you wanted to be a forensic pathologist, and I really did. Now, I was real with myself and knew I wasn't going to complete med school because I just, I wasn't going to do that. But I also did an internship with the Boulder Police Department last semester, and I was just able to see the ins and outs, and crime scene investigation was something that really interests me. And I like to give myself options. Like I was always, like I said, basketball was just a means to an end for me going into it. And once I, could get 3 degrees out of it and saw it going for myself, I said, why not? And so, anything can happen. The ball can start bouncing any day. So just wanted to be prepared.
Hey, man, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. I'm going to drop another bomb on that. Where my bombs at? I got everything going on. Yeah.
Jay, let me ask you this. Self-scouting yourself. How do you stop Jaylyn Sherrod?
Girl, Jaylyn, I ain't getting no cigarettes up.
Yeah, I'm joking. No, really, it's just a.
But what I'm saying is, when they put it on the board, talk to me about what they're saying about you.
Stay in front, go under, and just try to keep her in front of you at all times. Because once you get on my hip, it's pretty much a done deal. So
if they even, you leaving.
Yeah, pretty much. So that's what I would say. And also, I mean, some teams, they just, like, put bigger guards on me just because length is always a good thing to have. And offensively and defensively, like playing Juju, I was saying the other day, like, Juju is truly a 6'2" point guard. Juju Watkins is truly a 6'2" point guard, which is, like, there's only so much I can do.
She's 6'2"? No,
Juju's legit 6'2".
Really?
Like, legit.
And because I didn't get a chance to see her before, but I heard she got all the game.
No, she's legit. She's gonna be, she is who she is. I take nothing away from her. Really? Like, I think she's a great kid, very humble too, just very humble.
And look, you just said a kid, and you 22. Look at you.
This is just how I talk.
Oh, she a veteran. She said kid. So you would say, I heard you say go under the screen. Mm-hmm. So are you working that to stop that going under?
Yeah. I mean, it's honestly just a confidence thing, and I'm a thinker, and Coach O used to always say in my workouts, stop thinking so much, just do it. And especially,
let it fly.
You gotta play fast.
Yeah, like I can't. I think and I try to slow things down, and that I just need to do it. Yeah. Slowing things down isn't great for me. So, just learning that about myself. But like I said, it's a confidence thing, and I think the confidence is there too, because it's just I never been one for people to tell me what I can't do. So. Yeah.
What's up with this picture right here, though, Jay? I want to ask you.
I got an and one.
Yeah, okay.
Which one is that? Let me see.
Yeah.
Is this one?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I watched that game.
Yeah, UCLA. Yeah.
She like, bro, why are you crazy?
Was it the first game of the season at LSU?
Mm-hmm.
And before I ask you about that game, are you a talker? You talking noise on the floor?
No, not really.
Not really?
No, I actually got voted for one of the most players to talk trash. But they did like a thing.
But you don't. But you don't.
Not initially, no. No, I really don't. I try to keep it cool because I know how I can get. So. Nah.
What you mean, Tim, by that?
I'm just very competitive. And I don't know, maybe that's just the MDF in me, but I'm like, you ain't gonna punk us, you know. That ain't what we gonna do. So, but no, not initially at all. I try to come in because I also like know that my energy is contagious, bad or good. I'm the leader of the team and I'm the point guard, so I can't be too high, and my team isn't there with me,
right?
Because everybody needs to be in a good place for everybody to succeed. So, just learning my teammates and learning, how to maneuver my energy to be what the team needs me to be. So
tell me about this LSU game now, because there's some talk. They seem like some talkers.
Mm-hmm, they are.
Okay.
They really wasn't talking in our game though. It wasn't.
Well, y'all put the hammer down. It wasn't nothing to talk about. They were in awe and shock.
yeah. It wasn't a lot of trash talking going on. But I think that game is just a testament to our ball club. Like, we knew nobody had us winning that game, and we knew that nobody had bet any money on us winning that game. So we really ain't had nothing to lose going into that game. And so I think we took that personal. And, like I've said for years, man, a pissed off Colorado team is not a team you want to see. Because we play best when our back's against the wall. Like, we went through that tough stretch at the end of the season and finished 2-6, and then we still found a way to make it all the way to the Sweet 16. We didn't host, which pissed us off.
Who won y'all conference?
USC.
Okay.
Yeah. So we just, we had our backs against the wall. We knew a lot of people was counting us out. And Iowa just wasn't our best showing. We wasn't hitting shots, and they was getting a lot of easy runs, but I think, we put ourselves in a great position, and we got to where we got to last year for a reason.
You mentioned out.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts about the Miss CC, Miss Jaylyn Clark? What are your thoughts there?
No, she is who she is. I take nothing away. She's a generational talent, and she really, have put a lot of women's basketball on her back. And, it like when you're that good, you got to take the good with the bad. She is almost like she damned if she don't, damn if she do type situation. But she's a great basketball player. And like I said, it's just nothing. I ain't played but one person in my life who could just come down and pull it from half court and like that's a good shot for her,
right.
But I mean, I'm interested to see what she do in the W. She's with a great post player in Aaliyah Boston, so I think she'll be fine.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't a big fan. I mean, just due to the, and I wouldn't say the racial thing, but just how, the country just gravitated to that situation. But I couldn't take nothing, like you said, nothing away from her just walking into these threes, off the bounce into the three. I'm like, hey, I had to tell one of my partners who can't stand her. I'm like, you know what? I might not like her, but she can play.
Yeah, you gotta give credit when credit is due.
Right. You mentioned food earlier. We do these questions just sporadically, but flat or drum?
Drums for me.
Okay. Now you were drums. You were at Colorado. Y'all were Nike.
Mm-hmm.
So you intend to continue wearing Nike?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You ain't even gotta ask.
So now I was gonna say Nike or Adidas.
You don't even have to ask.
Okay. You had a question?
No.
Okay. What was that adjustment like going to Colorado where it definitely is a true PWI versus where you were coming from Ramsay where it was primarily you were with your own?
It was definitely an adjustment. I think my freshman year I was really on the quiet side, stuck to myself, but that's just naturally the space I operate in. I'm my only child, so being an introvert being alone doesn't bother me. So that's why I said it wasn't really like a homesick type vibe because I was used to being by myself. But I would say I really didn't see the magnitude of it until Deion came. I think like the acceptance rate for African Americans that went up. I think just African American presence on campus has really changed since Deion's been there. But I think for me, I just found my community at Colorado, and Coach O was at the senior night thing to see how many people like really was in my circle out there and really like, you know,
with you.
Yeah, they really had my back. I would go sit in some of their offices for 2-3 hours just talking it up. So I really, you know, found my family out there, and so it was a pretty cool experience. Sad
what you think? I mean, like, you're an introvert. You don't said that many times that you're introverted, and able to find a family that you feel comfortable with and they accepted you. I mean, how do you get to that space? I mean, like,
I'm a people watcher.
Okay.
I really study people because
I think Jay, you said
Coach O ain't said, but I got trust issues to the max. So like, I really appreciate consistency and know what I'm gonna get out of people, because if you show up the same way every day. I had a coach, I'll never forget, she's one like, that's my dog to this day, and she would walk to work so happy, like just with a smile on her face. And at the time she was an academic advisor, and I told her to her face, man, it's no way you that happy every day, bro. And 4 years later, the same way.
She's still the
same way. Yeah. And she's just like, I got so much to be grateful for and thankful for, and I got my kids and my family, and that's me. Yeah. And it's like, I respect that. I can't get mad at you for being who you are, and that's more so the people that I let into my circle, just people who I know they are who they say they are, and I really don't have to question, you know, what I'm gonna get. We can sit, like with Coach O, we can sit here and argue today. Might not talk to him for a couple of days, but we'll be back at workouts on Thursday. Yeah. Like, it just is what it is, man. So, cause I can't be stubborn at times, and I can't, you know, I'm me. And if, like I said, I wear my feelings on my sleeve, so if I don't like something, you gonna know. But I also think them coming in and trying to understand me means a lot too, because it takes conversations and spending time to understand me, because I'm not very unorthodox in how I think and how I move, and like I said, I'm a people watcher, so I can walk into a room and read, you know, what's real and what's not.
What advice would you give a younger you, or that freshman that's 8th grader that's about to go to Ramsay next year, knowing what you know now?
I would say my biggest lesson, and I think I'm still working on this, and it took this year at Colorado for me to truly get it. I gotta accept who I am, and I think for years I would, you know, try to mask it or hide it just because it wasn't something like I was comfortable with, because I just wanted to come in and do my work and leave. You know, I didn't need all the glitz and glamours and all of that. Like, even to this day, we had a family and friend get together last night, and I was just kind of like, you know, taking it all in of the amount of people that has been in my life and has had huge roles in my life. And it's just like, you know, like, you really like got a support system behind you. But yeah, I would say for me, accepting who I am, because it was difficult. And I think, you know, we talk about it a lot of times, but God will put you in the same situations until you pass the test. And I think, you know, at Ramsay, I didn't really pass that test, and at Colorado, you know, it was another opportunity to pass it, and I would say I did a pretty good. Like I said, this season really put me in that position, because I was getting accolades from left and right, and I couldn't hide. It was nowhere to hide. And help was not on the way. So, I just had to accept it, and I think once I accepted it, it was easy for me to be myself in spaces and not worry about how I am in one space and how I am in another.
And really worry about how people are.
Yeah, like I'm me, and you gonna love me for it or you not. And if you don't, then you're not really meant for me to be in my life. So that's kind of, I just had to learn that lesson. But I would say coming into Ramsay, I wish that's something I would have got earlier.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Somebody asked a question. I just want to read this one off before I mix it, Jay. What are some advice you can give athletes on how to get recruited from your standpoint?
Well, right now, Right now it's a little bit harder than how I was because the portal is a monster in its own.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm glad you said that, but that's what they need to know too, because it's a whole different landscape.
Coaches, not to say all coaches aren't like this, but just to be honest, like, why would I go get a 17-year-old when I can go get a 20-year-old who already developed? You know, the pouring into kids and developing them isn't really a thing anymore because you don't have to do that. You can just go get, the 5-star from another school who was not happy about their minutes.
Right.
I can just go bring you in while I got to go bring this kid in at 17 that I got to teach how to be a college athlete. So what I would say right now is to, wherever you get recruited, whether it's someplace you think you should be or whether, it's a place you think you should have got better offers from, wherever you get recruited, realize to control what you can control. You can't control, the narratives. You can't control your head coaches. You can't control the people around you. You can only control yourself. So I would say control what you can control, because it's crazy. We was also just having this conversation, like, you can go to wherever school you want to go to, but the only person you carrying with is yourself.
Yes, right.
At the end of the day, you can transfer as many times as you want to, but you still got to look in that mirror and deal with yourself. So
I'm dropping another bomb on that.
I would just say control what you can control, because it's just at the end of the day, you make your experience what you want to make your experience.
Jaylyn, you mentioned because a lot of kids feel, and you say you may not have gotten recruited by some of the places you thought, or you may not have gotten off. How did you use that as fuel? Did you feel like, okay, I got the attention I should have gotten, or did you use that as fuel? Like, wait a minute.
No, I'll tell anybody I was under recruited. I don't think that's a secret. Like, my top 2 coming out was Colorado and Tennessee State. That was my top 2. Completely different schools, completely different environments. But like Coach O said, I'm not transactional at all. And it was a very relationship approach. And even to this day, I told the UAB coaches a week ago, I was like, if y'all went in Birmingham, y'all would have had me. I just didn't want to stay at home. Because they are great people. Great people, great program. And very...
See, that's the thing about some of the kids, too, though, that grew up in different environments. I mean, especially most local kids don't want to stay local.
Yeah, no, I didn't think staying in Birmingham was good for me.
Okay. Why is that?
I think for me, I wanted to get out and bet on myself. But it's something I always did. Like, when I was in middle school, I got into Phillips and WJ Christian. And all my friends were going to Phillips, but I was like, I want to be different and go to WJ Christian. And, at the time, I'm 10, 11 saying that, not knowing that I was going to come across Coach Roden, who has been a great blessing in my life. And I would have never did that if I was just like, no, I'm going to Phillips with all my friends. Like, that's just my personality.
Right.
I've always been like, no, I'm going to go do something different. And so I think, it wasn't anything personal to home. It was just like I got opportunity. Colorado is on the Power 5 level. They had won maybe like 2 games in the conference season before I got there.
Wow, really?
Yeah. And so I was like, you know what? Like, I got a chance to go in here and do something special. And it's going to be a challenge, but I really got a chance,
Yeah.
So
perfect fit, you said.
Yeah.
So Dion's daughter was out there, but what position she played?
She's a shooter.
Okay.
So I would say 2.
2, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So what were your thoughts on her game? What do you think? Does she contribute next year to the Lady Buffs or what?
Shirley's leaving.
She early.
Yeah, but I think for her, she just needs to go to a spot where she can be Shellamai, not Deion Sanders' daughter.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's tough when you in that limelight at all times.
Yeah. Right.
I don't know how it feels, so I can't say I understand, but I could imagine how tough it is, the expectations she has to live up to. So I really hope she lands in a good position where she can just, be herself and blossom in her own light. Because, like I said, I can only imagine how tough that is to, be on that campus with, who her dad is, who her brothers are. But no, she's a great kid. She can light up any room. Laugh is contagious.
Okay.
So she's great people.
Awesome.
Great people.
Jay, tell us this. You mentioned your coach at WJ Christian. Name some of the people that were instrumental in just getting you to this point? Just anybody you want to kind of.
Well, yeah, Coach Roden, Coach O, always. Now I'm scared because I feel like I'm gonna forget somebody.
But talk about some
my mom,
educators at the schools you've come from.
Oh yeah, you saw Miss Bloodworth yesterday? Came through there? Yeah, Miss Bloodworth was my English teacher in 10th and 11th grade, and we had some conversations, and she always used to be on me. And she's been one of the greatest teachers I ever had, truly. Just how much she cared, and she was a white teacher in an all black school, and I couldn't tell you one kid I ever heard say something negative about Miss Bloodworth, because she was just so invested in our education and putting us in the, she didn't look at us like, she looked at us like anybody else, and we could do this. And yeah, so I mean, I'm still in contact with her to this day. Even in college, I would hit her up and be like, I got a paper on this. What you thinking? So her for sure. Who else was that? Ramsay, Miss Young put me on that mat to speak every time I come back. But she really, preached a lot of life skills in me. Let's see, WJ Christian, Miss Brown, Miss Hall. I mean, I had a lot of tough teachers at these schools. Mr. Lewis, who really just, and it wasn't even on a big scale. It was just about discipline, And they were the ones that didn't let me get complacent. If I had a 93, they was gonna say, "Why you don't go up to a 95? Don't just settle for the bare minimum."
Wow.
So I think a lot of those teachers just really invested. Miss Heath in 9th grade. Yeah, I mean, I can go on and on, but just about different teachers. So I would definitely say they really pushed me outside my comfort zone and saw something in me at the times that I didn't even see it in myself. And I think that's a testament to who they are, and to even push me to get there. They play a huge role in this as well.
Okay. We're going to let you talk about Mom in a minute, but when you got the news and the word, okay, I'm going to New York.
Mm-hmm.
How did you feel? And did you pinch yourself like, okay, man? Because you said, earlier you said it was a testament to the work you were putting in. Now it's being realized. But what were your thoughts?
Initially, I just needed to process it. I'm a processor, and once I get my thoughts together, it's go mode. So initially, I just had to process it, but I would say that for me, I'm excited. Yeah, I don't think it's hit me, and I was saying this earlier, I don't think it's hit me that I'm actually going to New York or Brooklyn. The gym is in Brooklyn. And it probably won't until I'm there.
Right.
So I don't know. I'm just in the mindset of, going out there, betting on myself, and let the chips fall where they may. I've never been a plan B. Like, it's plan A, and that's to go make the New York Liberty. So, the chips fall where they may. But, yeah, I'm just excited, and it's a blessing. A lot of people don't get this opportunity.
No, they don't. I was just thinking the same thing, man. You grow up playing, you practice, you put a lot of hard work into this thing. And now it's an opportunity to kind of play a game, an opportunity to play the game that you love, for money. That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
And not to mention that you say you're not a plan B type of person, but you got 3 plan B. You got a bachelor's, you got 2 masters. So yeah, in the grand scheme of what you're saying, I understand that you're not a plan B, but man, we proud of you, man.
I appreciate it.
I mean, like, you don't see 22-year-olds, having 3 degrees and also have an opportunity to play ball,
Yeah.
That's recommendable.
Unbelievable. What do you see when the ball does stop rolling or bouncing? What do you see yourself doing?
I'll probably coach for a while.
Okay.
I'm actually going back up to Colorado at the end of the W season to go be a GA up there. So just get my foot under me on the coaching perspective. Just because I know the kind of coaches that had an impact in my life, and I know how transactional the game is becoming. So I think, it'll be my duty to give back in the way of like realizing, it's not all about the money, or it's not all about the gear, it's not all about the, it's about the people. Mm-hmm. And the type of people that you put out there, and the type of people you can help them grow into. So I definitely see myself coaching for a while, but I'm a family person. Coaching is tough in terms of, your own personal life. I mean, my head coach would bring her kids on the road, and it's tough, to find that, because you also, she was taking kids. She had her own 3 kids, but she also had 17 other kids that she was responsible for, because it was 17 of us on the team. Right. So I don't know how long I'll do it,
Tough.
But I definitely will use my degrees and let them fall wherever. But like I said, I'm good regardless.
What your mom think about, the classroom success?
Oh, that's what my mom do.
I know that.
My mom, that's my mom to her core. She was valedictorian, summa cum laude. She went to Inslee and she went to Talladega. So okay. And then she went back and got her master's at Sanford. So
okay.
Yeah, my mom.
What she get her master's in?
Environmental management.
Okay. Oh, that's right, because she is
the health department.
I don't know if she listening, so she probably gonna correct
me. Hey, Mom, how you doing?
But,
call me up. No, I'll just play. Yeah.
But I think it's environmental management or something like that. Yeah. But yeah, so my mom's really.
We had a follow-up question too. To your recruiting. To the whole recruiting piece. How important, what key figures at the school are important to getting the athletes to that next level?
In terms of high school?
Right.
You got to be seen. Coaches got to be coming in and out. And I would say Coach Pop did a great job bringing college coaches in and vouching for us so they could come see us. Right. We would be in 8th period getting up and down with college coaches.
You're, what like far as, getting your stuff for the clearinghouse and, just ACT, keep standing. Is that more of a, is there like a lead teacher, senior teacher, a counselor, a principal?
Counselor, I would say it was my counselor that I talked to. But every school that you go to is different with different requirements. Like, you got schools like the Stanfords and Dukes of the world where you got to have a 4.0 or above to even be looked at. Whereas, you could go to, not the highest academic, because, Duke and Stanford are just high academic universities, where regardless, you can be a 5-star. If you ain't got them grades, they not letting you in that school.
Right.
So it depends on what you're looking at. But every school is different with different requirements. So I would just say lock in with your counselor, especially if you are an athlete who is looking to play next level, so you know your requirements. But I also say ask a lot of questions. People don't ask questions nowadays because they don't like that. They don't like the truth.
They don't want to get the answer.
Yeah. So
you said it.
But it's best to know.
Yeah. Some people like it's better if you don't. It's better untold, but no, it's not.
Yeah. So you gotta ask a lot of questions.
It's like going to your doctor. I'm going to the doctor. Don't tell me don't tell me nothing though.
You need it, because there might be some stuff.
Ask a lot of questions for sure.
Jay, you can get us out of here on this. Talk to us about the family. Talk to us about Mom and just what she's meant and what you think this has done. This entire week, this whirlwind of a week, has done for your family.
My mom is my A1 day one. She every trip, every game, my mama was trying to get there. Supports in a way that I partially I know I'm an only child, so a lot of love going to that. But I also speak to my mom in terms of she knew she was the school part and she had to handle, but she wasn't afraid to pass me on to have other people help me. Like my mama would. I went to Tampa with Coach O, and all around the world, my mom was just like, take care of my kid, but I trust you because I know you can help her get to where she says she want to go. So I think that speaks a lot to my mom's character and just, her trust and wanting to see me succeed in what I said I wanted to do. She didn't really, try to hold back or hold me back. And no, she was like, look, I got the school part down. You make A's and B's, and that's what we gonna do. And I need some help with some chemistry. I got a chemistry for dummies book downstairs.
Right.
You know, she was really on academics. She taught me a lot of discipline. To this day, I ain't never made a C because my mom was like, you can't come home with C's. Like,
Wow.
she was like, if you put in the work and you really work hard and that's all you get, I understand, but we not just doing the bare minimum. So to this day, I've never made a C in my life. So
That's
yeah,
tremendous.
Big up, Mom.
That's tremendous.
Cause my son's seeing his way through school right now.
Okay.
yeah. So yeah, my mom is just amazing, man, and she poured a lot of time, and I think her specifically for me is a reason why I do what I do. Because I always say it's not about proving people wrong; it's about proving the people right that believed in you. And my mom is one of the first believers in me, and she really like paid so much money to get me seen and get me to these places. So why wouldn't I repay her and do what I can do?
Right.
So yeah, I definitely think my mom is one-on-one, very special lady to me. You know, we run through a brick wall for her, and I know she'll run through a brick wall. And then, not to even say, like, it was times me and my mom just, she didn't understand the basketball part. And so she had to,
She understand that schoolwork.
she had to also be comfortable.
She got that
lesson.
She also had to, learn to be comfortable in ways where she didn't understand me. And I think that, like I said, that speaks, because it was a figuring out process. Because, like I said, I'm not a very orthodox thinker in the way I move. So it was a time my mom was like, girl, I don't know what, I don't get it. And she would just be like, you know what? All right, Coach O gonna talk to her. Coach O gonna handle it. So
Do you give your mama one-word responses sometime when you, if you ain't talking much? I mean,
no, my mama know me. My mama know
Okay.
me. So she know when I'm in the mood, know when I'm not in the mood, know when, it's one of those days.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
Coach O?
No, I just, there was a lot of questions come around about recruiting. And also, you asked a question about Jaylyn mom, and I think all that stuff go hand in hand, man. A lot of time the parent character ends up being an extension of the child character. And one amazing thing that Jaylyn mom, and I also want to give her dad a shout out, because it ain't easy to have a man being in her life the way that I have been in the last 10 years, and not having some skepticism or not wondering, okay, man, what's your, vantage point? What may be your ulterior motives? I mean, just the way that her parents, and her mom and her father, and I want to give them both credit on this, allowed me to play my role in the village. And when you go to talking about recruiting, a lot of kids are not making it, not because of the lack of talent. It's the division and separation of allowing everybody who's in that village to play their part. I do sports for a living. I train athletes for a living. I motivate kids. This is what I do for a living. And they allow me to do what I do for a living. I wasn't trying to be a math teacher. I wasn't trying to, help her write her English paper. But when it came down to what I did, they allowed me to do what I do, and I do. I believe when God send you people, and they have a gift for something, and if you allow that gift to flourish and you trust the process, you'll see kids get to higher places. But I think her mom has been such a hero in this thing, because, man, that lady trusted me, man, and she had blind faith in what I had to bring, and that's why it's so easy for me to do what I've done for Jay over the years. And again, like I say, shout out to her dad too, because he has been around, and he is a strong dude, and
Big up to Dad.
and very humble, and allowed me to do what I do. So I couldn't get off without sending a shout out, because it's the only reason I'm here. And last but not least, Coach Pop. Coach Pop was crazy enough to take a chance on me, because it did to the outside. It looked a little crazy to get a guy like me to come in training girls basketball players, and I didn't want to do it at first. I honestly didn't. But the reason I'm in J Life and all those other girls, that, man, I want to say, man, in that time period we was at Ramsay, we put about 20 girls in college, about 12 went D1 off in that time frame. And so we're happy that the women that became, but I'm extremely blessed that Coach Jackson gave me that opportunity. So I just want to leave that with anybody want to know about recruiting or anything about that. It starts with being honest with yourself. You know, who's in what division, and allowing people to flourish in what they do and you do what you do. Because Mom was an academic person, and I didn't have to go check no transcripts or worry about no progress reports. But I was concerned with, are you giving all in the weight room on the court, the things that I was over, she allowed me to do. So I've been blessed in that way. So I want to send a shout out to Miss Tamika for that and her dad for that.
Birmingham, man. Like I said, I told Mike, the Lord has blessed us. You came in earlier with Coach Nelson. You watched a couple of shows, but with Jaylyn, we started this thing. It was the intent was for my son to sit here. I'm trying to push him in a direction, and I had to realize that wasn't his space either. Okay, he was more of a, I wouldn't even say an introvert, but he didn't want to do this. Mm-hmm. And my daughter probably was the one I probably should have been trying to push down this road. But I wanted them to, I love sports. Like my mom or my wife would handle the academics for them, and I would handle the sports, kind of like, this situation here. And I was like, man, what better to play sports, talk about it. And then I was like, we bring these coaches in and give these kids opportunity to get behind the mic, behind the camera, so it's not foreign once they get to the next level. So I felt like it was something that we needed to do, and then to be able to do it, and all of a sudden we've had tremendous guests, but to bring in a professional ball player tonight is the creme de la creme for our show.
Yeah.
So, young lady, I thank you so much.
You. Yes.
I'm just met you tonight. I've seen you a couple of times before, but just so impressed, very impressed with you. Wish you nothing but success, and can't wait.
She feel like a daughter, don't it?
Yeah,
I feel like a daughter, man.
Can't wait to see. Because Mama 20, and she's 22. I'm like,
yeah, but I know you just look at your age. You know she could be your dad.
But can't wait to see what the Lord has in store for you.
Yeah.
You have anything you want to say?
No, I appreciate being here. Anytime I can give back, that's something that's big for me.
Well, we got keep that in mind when she with the Liberty. We gonna be like, hey, girl,
might have to fly. Hey, girl, we out of we out of NYC.
Yeah, we need to come back and talk to these kids, man.
Yeah, no, I mean, anytime. Like I did the camp last year at Parker. For girls and boys, and I don't know what my schedule is going to allow this summer to do it, but I mean, like I said, I know what's like being from Birmingham and growing up in Pratt City, and the chips just fell the way they did for me, and I know my situation is different from everybody's,
but I listen to you though. I know you grassroots, not like that though. She grassroots.
But I just it's special to come back home, and I want to provide, something that I didn't have growing up, because it's amazing to see something that you can't see for yourself, but see it in other people.
Man, I'm proud of her though, because man, you're a testament to what young folks go through every day, and they try to get to one point to the next. With people like, oh, your mom guiding them, guiding you, just being parents, and then people like, oh, and man, you are what kids want to become one day, and you still striving to be that person. So man, I love when the story come full circle, man.
When a plan come together.
When a plan comes together. So thank you,
Birmingham. I can't. Hey, like I said, I can't say anymore. We're elated. You guys keep up with Miss Jaylyn. Y'all pray for this young lady. We had. The mayor he tried to fit this in his schedule, and obviously it didn't happen, but we were trying to get him on to say a word. I think there's a plaque coming. I'm pretty sure there's a plaque or something coming your way. But Birmingham, y'all give it up, and y'all support this young lady, follow her, and share this interview, because we really want as many people as possible to see what this young lady has become. And this is Birmingham's own. So they, you can try to paint the narrative all they want, but there's some good things coming out of the city of Birmingham. So Mike, appreciate you, brother.
Hey, man, it's another one, man. Hey, we keep on keeping on, man. And it's just a blessing to come here and listen to you. I'm not from here. I'm from Florida. And but I went to school here. But just reconnecting, man, it's my wife from here. But just reconnecting.
From Pratt City.
Yeah, from Pratt City, yeah. Yeah, just reaching back, man, hearing these stories, man, is and learning about the culture of basketball, which is crazy for me, and football. I'm learning this whole culture all over again, man. It's crazy. But thank you for giving your story tonight.
Well, that's it. Take us out of here, Mike.
All right, man, I'm going to get on out of here, man. Y'all know where to find us at, man. Make sure y'all go to YouTube, HSCU podcast, YouTube, Twitter, HSCU, on Twitter, Instagram, HSCU, Facebook, again, HSCU podcast. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, and, man, look, if you got kids that you think deserve to be on the show, hey, that's what we're here for. Inbox Jay. Jay take all the inboxes. Inbox him. And, that's what we do, man. We're a show for the people, by the people. That's it. Let me get us out of here. All right, hold on, y'all. Get us out of here, Mike. Get us out.
Man, we're finally here.
Good stuff.
3 years in the making, we finally here.
I didn't even know the major was. Like, man, we ran the city. You know what I mean? We ran the city. Right.
I mean, I was proud of it. We weren't close to make the city.
Nah.
By the dean of high school basketball coaches.
The dean.
I ain't care nothing about Jack, though.
Told the young lady, I said, he definitely married up. You're 27, is that correct?
So it hurt because I'm human.
Yeah.
Right?
Rightfully so.
But I'm going to give you more to hate. Just stay tuned.
You gonna get your first one tonight. Give me the rock.
Right, we're gonna stop and get some chicken.
Right.
So we laugh about that. You ride with me, gonna get that chicken.
Yeah. Did you ever heard that story that the scouts were coming?
Came to see
him.
And saw Willie Mays.
They'll come on Wednesday to catch me.
Team they went to, we don't beat them 4 out of 5 times, so maybe they'll help them out.
Thompson is overtaking Hoop. There's no question that Thompson is taking over.
They got the best blacks and they got the best whites.